She also adds a lot of pop to the team.
Good evening, Charles McCullough here at Pearland Lady Oilers softball field as the last home game of the season is going to get underway here in just a couple of moments. It's senior night, and while we get prepared to bring you this final home district game for the Pearland Lady Oilers, we turn the mic over to Coach Heidi, assistant coach to Lene Clark, who's introducing the rest of the seniors on the squad of the Pearland Lady Oilers.
She's had some very successful key at-bats in her career. She will take a very long trip and her big fat lip to play college ball next fall at Canisius College. Number 25, Brittany Sockwell. I may need some oxygen, but we're almost there. Our last senior to be honored this evening is another two-year letter winner who shows her talents on the mound. In addition to her softball skills, she is world-renowned as a hair and makeup expert. She will take all of these talents just down the road to play collegiately at San Jacinto College. She is T-Stod, number 26, Tori Stoddard. And once again, congratulations. This is your Pearland Lady Oilers softball class of 2016.
Charles McCullough here along with Gerald Sanchez, Abel Moreno, as the Pearland Lady Oilers victorious 3-1 on Saturday at Alvin against the Alvin Lady Jackets in a broadcast we hope you might have tuned in this past 48 hours ago, or 72 hours ago, as the Lady Oilers had come off of their first defeat of the season at the hands of the Pearland Dawson Lady Eagles just that prior Friday evening, a broadcast you also heard right here on CMCBroadcasting.com. The Lady Oilers are poised to take on a team tonight for whom conventional wisdom would have it will pose very little difficulty to the juggernaut that is the Lady Oiler, top-ranked in the state 6A softball program. However, you never take anybody for granted. That's why you play the game. That's why we've got innings in a game. And that's why sometimes there is joy in Mudville for a team like Sam Mrayburn, who has had a lot of time struggling this season, as they have in years past, to come up with a victory, especially against a team like Pearland. But it does happen. It can happen. And tonight, one never knows where the lightning will strike in the heavens, and the fates may determine that the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans perhaps will have an opportunity to capture that lightning in a bottle and make a miracle happen here at Pearland Lady Oilers softball field. Speaking of Mudville, we'll have none tonight, we hope. It has been threatening a bit in the clouds in terms of low cumulus, dark clouds. There's been a little mist here and there, but in texting Coach Lene Clark back and forth here and there through the day, Coach Clark has insisted, no, sir, we will not have rain tonight. So I always trust a coach rounding second on a tractor before I listen to the weather. That's how I look at it. Coach Lene Clark down below now, talking to the Sam Mrayburn Texans coach, Miss Diane Marie. And they're discussing the wheres and what fors of tonight's softball contest, which in the past traditionally has been a 15-0, 16-2 affair with Pearland with the big numbers. But as it is right now, the Lady Oilers again take everybody seriously, and that includes the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans.
This evening was Brittany Sockwell's paternal grandmother, Ruth Beeman. She lives in Houston. And she
as Coach Heidi continuing at the microphone tonight. This is senior night. This is a special night, the last home game of the season in any athletic contest anywhere in Texas in district. Now, we'll have playoff games here originating at Lady Oilers softball field. Those will begin next week. The Lady Oilers, by the way, this Friday will be out of town, as will CMC over at Pasadena with the Pasadena Memorial Lady Mavericks. That will be over at Pasadena Independent School District Softball Complex, 6:30 p.m. this Friday evening. Now, that game is going to pit the Lady Oilers against a team which traditionally in the past has been one that has posed more than a little bit of a problem in the past for teams like Pearland or Manville or Alvin, because the Lady Mavericks of Memorial have actually turned out to be and have turned themselves into a very competitive softball program. Well, our sponsors make our broadcast happen. We thank them so mightily for helping us get on the air tonight. They include Strickland Chevrolet in Pearland. Phone 281-997-5100 at 5719 Broadway. We support all the fine young lady athletes of Pearland High School who represent the winning spirit of our community, and we wish you all the best this season. That's Strickland Chevrolet, proud to salute the Pearland Lady Oilers varsity softball team. We also thank Pearland Lumber and Ace Hardware, your full line of lumber with building materials and hardware at 2027 North Main in Pearland. John Lassine has been in business there with his family, the Lassine family, if you know what I mean. The Lassines have been in the area since 1952. Pearland Lumber and Ace Hardware. Ace is the place for your helpful hardware man. Phone 281-485-1474. I want to thank Moody National Bank with 29 locations all over southeast Texas, from Pearland to Freeport, and from Rosenberg all the way to Galveston and on over to Port Arthur. Moody National Bank since 1898. We survived the 1900 storm all the way to Hurricane Ike and everything in between, and we're still here to serve you. Equal housing lenders, all in member, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Well, we're about to get set to get underway here. Leading off for the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans. The Texans have a athletic young team. They're going to be dressed in black pantaloons, gray, steel gray jerseys, and lime green numbers, lettering, and trim. First pitch is coming in to the batter of record this evening. That's going to be Vanessa Childress, the shortstop, wearing number 10 for the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans, who are just one click up from the bottom in District 23 6A play. But they are competitive. Vanessa Childress, shortstop, wearing number 10. Tori Stoddard, they call her T-Stod, and she's going to San Jacinto College. She's one of the graduating seniors, is pitching tonight for the Pearland Lady Oilers. It's the second night in a row that Alyssa Denham will not get the start. Chavarria, Amanda Chavarria, got the start against the extremely tough Alvin Lady Jackets this past Saturday and won the game 3-1 over the Alvin Lady Jackets. That was a very, very tough contest. At the plate, Vanessa Childress stepping back in. 1 ball and no strikes the count. And Terry Stoddard out on the mound. She's a right-handed hurler. Pitch coming in, swung on. That's going to be missed for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. T-Stod. Miss Stoddard out on the mound for the Pearland Lady Oilers tonight. First time we've seen her pitch this season. Graduating senior, straight A student here at Pearland High School. Here's the windmill windup. Swung on and missed is going to be strike 2.
Strike 2 on
1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Serena Hernandez is on deck, left fielder, wearing number 2. We've got a nice slap hitter, Vanessa Childress, at the plate, batting from the left side. Here's the rock and pitch. Up into the attic comes ball 2. Your slap hitters, of course, generally in softball, bat from the left side of the plate because they're closest to first base that way. They get a running start in the back of the box. Sometimes they'll run up to the top while they take their swing. If they happen to get a knock, they'll already be halfway to first before you can chunk the rock over there if you're an infielder. That's a slap hitter. She's a slapper. Vanessa Childress connected on there. She slaps it over to second. Picked up, throw over to first, 4-3 with some difficulty.
Out at first base.
Just in time. And a nice effort over there by Toller to first. And we have out number one. Nice catch by Gutierrez over at first for the Pearland Lady Horse. Now we bring Serena Hernandez to the plate, left fielder wearing number 2. Now she bats up from the right side. Little bitty girl, right about 5 feet tall. Hits 3 times her weight, though. Batting up from the right side, wearing number 2. On deck will be Michaela Tuck. She's the talk of the town over at Mrayburn High School with her athletic expertise and tremendous talent and academic skills. Wearing number 11, she's a center fielder. Here's the full windup and pitch connected on. There's a line drive into left field. That could be trouble. It's going to land and roll to the wall. And the littlest girl on the softball field is going to be safe at second with a stand-up double. Serena Hernandez, all of about 4'11",
Michaela Tuck
reaches out and rips a humpback liner to left field and almost put it out of the building. Wow. Now that is something. So we got one away, and Serena Hernandez out at second. Michaela Tuck at the plate, wearing number 11. And first pitch coming in from Stoddard will be a hook pitch, but it'll find its way in for strike one.
Strike one on Tuck.
Michaela Tuck is a tall young lady. Goes probably about 5'8", 5'9". Almost a full foot over young Hernandez, who just slugged the double to left. Full wind up the stretch and pitch coming in. Swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 2. Nothing until we have one away.
Strike 2 on Tuck.
Well, when you take on a team like Pearland, and if you're a team who's been struggling all year like Sam Mrayburn has, you really need to do the best you can to try to get on top of that big rhino as fast as you can and just try to escape with a win if possible. But that's awfully tough to do. Pearland is just such a juggernaut. Next pitch comes out. It's going to be low and outside for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. On deck is going to be Kathy Aldona, batting up in the 4 slot, and she looks like a powerfully built young lady over there in the starboard box. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed is going to be strike 3.
Swing and a miss for out number 2.
That's going to be the second out of the inning and the first strike out of the game
Number 14,
for Stoddard.
Aldova.
So Letty Aldoba steps up to the plate now, wearing number 14. Powerfully built young lady. First pitch comes in, swung on and missed is going to be strike 1, number 14 at the plate. And the littlest lady in the house, 4'11" tall, is the one that almost hit it out of the building. She's out on second. Serena Hernandez. I never would have thought that little lady could have gotten a hold of that ball like that. Boy, howdy. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed is going to be strike 2. I'm going to tell you, Stoddard does not have the speed of Chavarria, or for that matter, Denham, but she's mystifying them with those nice and easy changeups, and they just can't get around on it. Nothing but ozone. Here's the 0-2. Uh-oh, that's going to be outside for a ball.
1-2 the count on Aldada.
1-2 the count for Tuleti Aldada. The Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans stepping back up in the starboard side box. Over in the on-deck circle will be catcher Yolanda Ortiz. If she can arrive at the plate, she's already got part of her tools of ignorance on. More on that in a moment. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed is going to be strike 3. So 2 strikeouts in a row. So Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans in the first half of the inning do collect 1 base knock. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 young lady left on board. And we've gone through 1/2 inning of play. Well begun half done for Stoddard, and the Pearland Lady O's as we come to the bottom of the first inning of play. And the Pearland Lady Oilers will bat up arguably the most powerful batting nine in Texas right now in girls softball action. Thank our sponsors who make our broadcast happen, and they include the Vibration Guys, and I'm talking about my friend Jack Stout and all of the staff at the Vibration Guys. Now, who are we? What do we do? And why are we here? The Vibration Guys go out to your petrochemical industry. We show up and make sure that the piping, the tubing, all of the ratcheting, and all of the moving parts are not moving errantly or in bad sync one with the other. TheVibrationGuys.com. A very, very important service for Southeast Texas and South Louisiana Petrochemical Industries. Phone 877-373-9912. We'll also take this opportunity to thank the Window Box Florists and my good friend Renee Guyton at the Window Box Florists. That's WYNDO Box Florists. Remember, Mother's Day is coming up less than 4 weeks away. And you really need to get Mom served with a bouquet of love at the Window Box Florist, 281-485-3229. That's 281-485-3229. So, we welcome you to the bottom of the first inning of play. On the mound is Janil Hernandez, pitching for the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans, and she is built very, very powerfully. She is going to face center fielder and leadoff batsman for the Pearland Lady Oilers, Lindsay Stewart, playing in her last varsity home game for district play. She'll be going into the playoffs, of course, with Pearland Lady Oilers, and they'll be going a long way. But Lindsay Stewart stepping up into the box. Now, she was 0 for 7 in the last 2 games. That is probably going to change maybe even right now. She's the fastest young lady in prep softball, 4.5 40-yard dash speed. That was timed at the rig right next door. So it's legitimate. And this young lady has been a 3-year sport extraordinary, outstanding young lady and an achiever for the last 4 years, especially in softball. But I understand she loves swimming and basketball too. First pitch coming in off the arm of Janil Hernandez is going to be strike one on the low and out corner. 0-1 is the count. Hernandez wheels and deals from the deck. A little bit of a changeup.
Strike 2 called.
Called strike 2. So we've got very generous umpires. They're calling it on both sides of the ball, and that's a good deal. Calling it on both sides of the ball tonight. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Connected on. There's a big build chopper to second.
Nice play by the second baseman for out number 1 here.
Nicely handled by Kathy Townsend, who throws it on over to Katie McFadden.
Romeo.
And stretching back now over the last 2 games, stretching into the first plate appearance in this game, that's 0 for 8 now for Lindsay Stewart, unfortunately. 4-3. And stepping up to the plate now for the Pearland Lady Oilers, and batting up, of course, from the left side. Another fine slap hitter. Pitch coming in as she heads up to the top of the box. Will be number 8, and that's Miss Natalie Romeo. Senior.
1 ball, Romeo.
Her favorite dessert is cookie cake, according to the beautiful program produced by Dr. David Davis. Here's the rock and pitch. Pivot bunt stance into the infield. Dragged up third base line. Is it fair? No, it's foul.
Ball.
Up right on top of it. White on Rice. See, his eyes were staring right down on it.
Clements on deck. Gutierrez in the hole.
Natalie Romeo just about positioned. The perfect drag bunt. Batting in the 2 slot this evening. Usually she's down a little further in the batting lineup. Here's the 1-1 connected on. That's going to be a nice catch over at short. Wow, a
Two
circus
outs
catch
here.
by Vanessa
Bottom of the
Childress.
first. Brings up to the plate Maddie Clements.
An L6. And that'll bring Madeline Clements to the plate. Fine right fielder for the Pearland Lady Oilers with one of the strongest throwing arms in the outfield. As a gardener out in the outfield garden patch, this young lady can hum it almost to home plate. Here's the rock and pitch. Up into the attic will be a ball. 1-0 the count. Oh, quickly, 2 up and 2 down. Many people were already expecting perhaps Pearland Oilers this early on to be up maybe 2-0 already. But no dice. First chance that the Mrayburn Texans have had to see if they can close their last out-of-town game, and they'll go back home for their last game of the full season this coming Friday. But they're trying to do themselves proud. Here's the pitch coming in. Connected on. There's a worm killer. Slapped over the right side. It'll be foul. Strike 2.
Count to 1-1 on Clements.
Make a 1-1 strike to count and 2 away.
Gutierrez on deck.
The Lady Texans have no runs on 1 hit. Serena Hernandez, 4 feet 11 inches tall, slugged the double into the left center power alley. And a little bit more juice on that gopher bomb, and she might have put it out of here. 1-1 is the count. We have no score. We're in the bottom of the first inning of play right here at Pearland Lady Oilers softball field. Lady Oilers against the Mrayburn Lady Texans. Over to the attic is going to be ball 2. Deuces across the board, 2 away, and a 2-2 count.
2-2 on Clements.
Lady Oilers 10-1 in district play. And the next offering from Hernandez is connected on and pasted back over the left side. And that's a 7 or 8 year old's dream come true, is to have a ball pop over foul from maybe their brother or sister at a baseball or softball field, and they get to go chase it. And someone will have the opportunity, one little youngster going back to give chase to that one. Here's the 2-2. That'll be a little bit south of Saskatoon for a ball. That makes it a full count, first one in the game. 3 balls to 2 strikes. Maddie Clements, another 3 or 4 year starter for the Pearland Lady Oilers. You come through a full couple of years watching these youngsters, well, in fact, all of those years, and you get a sense of a full heart watching these kids develop and grow. Swung on and missed. That's going to be a little passed ball, and it'll be a pass ball strikeout, and incredibly, it's 3 up and 3 down. Stewart, Romeo, and Clements are all retired by Janelle Hernandez. Did I expect that coming in the bottom of the first inning of play against Pearland Lady Oilers against Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans? No, but like I told you, we respect the Lady Texans, and I think they're going to bring it and do the best they can this evening. So Lindsey Stewart, Romeo, and Madeline Clements, 4-3, L6, and a strikeout. We go now to the top of the second inning of play with no score. CMC Communications Broadcast Network. As we thank Dixie, Safe and Lock in the heart of Dixie. Dixie, Safe and Lock. Proud of all of our youth on a job most very well done. At DixieLock.com, I'm going to tell you something. We've got those bomb-proof safes that we have. Dixie Lock. Oh, we've got them just for you, too. And it's Joe Cook Nationwide is on your side. Insurance, 281-488-4474. It's Nationwide Insurance. Proud to salute all of our youth on a job well done. It's going to be Cars by Fitz Used Cars over in Friendswood on 2351, directly next door to Clearbrook High School. If you've been having fits going to your typical car dealer, especially a used car merchant, and not getting satisfaction, Cars by Fitz has the car for you at FM 2351, right next door to Clearbrook High School again. We've got Derek Phillips to thank over Christian Brothers Automotive in Friendswood at South Friendswood Drive near Nassau Road 1. Proud of all of our young people on a job, exceedingly and exemplarily well done. And Tricia George and the staff of Pearland Pediatrics and Sports Medicine welcome Dr. Jason Decker, a decorated war veteran and also a wonderful orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist. He's the team doctor now for the Pearland Oiler football team. That's Dr. Jason Decker and the staff at Pearland Pediatrics and sports medicine. Well, we had Miss Stoddard on the mound in the first inning, but now it looks like we've got the big gun out there, Alyssa Denham, averaging 12 to 13 strikeouts a game. Now, she had 12 strikeouts Friday night against Dawson and still lost the game. Her rival on the mound that evening, Miss Day,
here in the top of the second,
had a total of one strikeout exactly. But Dawson still won that game 3-1 with the
for the Lady Texans,
most
number 3.
airtight defense I have seen in a long time. I mean a long time. Wow, it was incredible. Absolutely Elmer's glue thick. Nothing got through that infield. So defense can win games, I'll clue you. Now, Pearland came back the next day, as you know, and won 3-1. Turned the tables on the Alvin Lady Jackets with Chavarria pitching that game. Now we've got Denham throwing a swing and a miss, strike one, to batter of record, leading off the second inning of play in the 5-hole rather, Yulana Ortiz.
1-1 to count on Ortiz.
Flame-thrown rise pitch goes into the attic and lights it up, but it's going to be a ball. It's going to be 1 ball and 1 strike. Alyssa Denham out on the mound. It's going to start up slow like a Coleman stove. By the time she gets a couple innings along, she's going to be red hot. Next offering will be swung on and missed for strike 2. So 1-2 is the count now. We have no score. And Yulana Ortiz is in the 5-hole of Sam Rayburn Lady Texans. Full windup stretch and pitch. That's going to be a call, strike 3. So stretching back into the last inning where Stoddard collected 2 strikeouts in a row to end the inning. Ortiz represents the first strikeout of this top of the second inning of play, and that's 3 strikeouts for Lady Order pitching.
Kelsey Townsend.
And the first K, if you will, of the evening for Alyssa Denham. That brings us to the 6-hole in the batting lineup. That's Miss Kelsey Townsend, the second base girl. And facing Denham, full windup pitch coming in, swung on and missed, is going to be strike 1.
Strike 1 on Townsend.
That was a bad swing at a worse pitch, but it's the best pitch in the house if you get him swinging and missing. Will Garone Fiddly-Dee tell you one thing. Denham show did bring the heat that time. There's the 0-1. Upstairs and over the river and through the woods
1-1 to count on Townsend.
to the backstop. Will be a ball 1, strike 1. Once again, the Lady Oilers travel to Pasadena on Friday to take on the Lady Mavericks of Memorial. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2.
Swing and a miss for strike 2.
I tell you what, if you've seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and they get the chainsaw going and you get the gas smell in the air, and I have a feeling that the Oilers just cranked up the chainsaw. This could get ugly here pretty quick. Just saying. IJS from Facebook parlance. IJS is that strike 3. Kelsey Townsend. 2 strikeouts in a row for Alyssa Denham.
Brings to the plate number 7.
So now we've got
Martinez.
Raina Martinez stepping up to the plate. Her parents named her Reina because that means queen in Spanish. Reina means queen. So they're very proud of their young lady and baby. I have no doubt they're in the stands tonight for the Mrayburn Texans. Pitch coming in, swung on and missed to strike 1, but they are facing a chainsaw on the mound. Oh, and I'm telling you, it's buzzing now. It's buzzing now. 2 strikeouts in a row for Denham, and she's making it look easy. We have 2 away. Neither team has collected a base knock or a run tonight. The Mrayburn Lady Texans actually have the only base knock so far clocked in this contest, a double for Serena Hernandez.
Strike 2 on Martinez.
Next pitch comes in low and out corner, is bent down and earmarked for strike 2. So nothing into the count, 2 away. Denham toe tapping the rubber once again, and here's the stretch. Just missing outside for a ball. Mrayburn Lady Texans are an athletic, fine-looking group of athletes. They can hit, they can bat, they can throw, they make good grades in school, and they love playing softball. They're just going to do the best they can here against the Lady Oilers. Here's the 1-2. Check swing, no ring-a-ding-ding.
2-2 the count.
Jaina Martinez holds her swing. 2-2 the count, 2 away. She's batting up from the left side also. We have Katie McFadden in the 8th spot, and then Janiel Hernandez, the pitcher, will bat 9. Swung on and missed is going to be strike 3. So Denham comes in and strikes out the whole side. 3 up and 3 down, and the buzzsaw will head over to the dugout. As we have no runs, no hits, no errors that time. And the Lady Oilers will bat up the 4, 5, and 6 holes, the wood spot in the lineup. As we move to the bottom of the second inning of play, and we still have no score on the CMC Communications broadcast network, as I thank Mike Stone and the staff of Muffet Mufflers in League City. Muffet Mufflers does mufflers, but we also do heavy-duty engine repair work and more tires, air conditioning. Stop by Muffet Muffler right across from Helen Hall Library in Friendswood. Dr. Max Viget over in Dickinson at Gateway Chiropractic Dickinson. Proud to salute our area youth. Dr. Max Viget offers maximum support for all of our area youth. Phone 281-337-7000. And we have remedies that can help and strategies to help heal you. They can take a 4-letter word, pain, P-A-I-N, out of your vocabulary forever. That's going to be Max Viget and Gateway Chiropractic, 281-337-7000. I want to thank Phil Orange and all the staff of Team Mancuso Power Sports South at FM 1765 on the Gulf Freeway.
Number 10,
Man, we have some outstanding Kawasaki, Yamaha bikes, gear, incredible new developments, land and watercraft combined, and a brand new Polaris vehicle that is a street car. You get in it with 2 huge wheels in the front, and the rear wheel is a singleton, a single wheel. You get in there and drive that thing. It looks like a boat, but it goes down the freeway. My goodness, they've got that on sale now. It's brand new at Team Mancuso Power Sports. Okay, first pitch coming in to the 4-slot batter for the Pearland Lady Oilers. And leading off the bottom of the second inning of play is Sydney Gutierrez, the first base girl. Next pitch coming in off the arm of Hernandez will be a ball.
2-0 the count on Gutierrez.
2 balls and no strikes to Miss Sydney. Full wind-up stretch and pitch. That's a nice change of pace that came in just about a slow boat to China. It was almost an Ephus pitch. Nothing behind it at all, but it was a nice strike to Gutierrez. She takes it looking. 0-1, or make that 2 balls and 1 strike. Full wind-up, connected on, bounced over the right side.
Evens the count at 2-2.
Be 2 balls and 2
In
strikes.
the bottom of the second.
Unlike last Friday night here at Lady Oiler softball field, Old Glory in dead red center is gusting with some wind to the left. Janiel Hernandez out on the mound with the pitch coming in, goes way over the strike zone with that one for a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Eileen Garcia, catcher, is on deck, and she can go yard. And here's the payoff pitch being prepared on the mound by little Janiel Hernandez. Here's the stretch, connected on. There's a solid rope to right.
Right center.
And she's going to make it all the way to second and gallop in with a 2-bagger. That's the first base hit of the game for the Pearland Lady Oilers, who match the efforts of the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans, whose first and only base hit so far in this contest has also been a double. Slapped by Hernandez to the left side, and Gutierrez goes to the right side. That was a nice double. The right center power alley. Now we bring Eileen Garcia to the plate. Pitch coming in. is heading down to third. She's going to come into the pay station and score on the throwing error by the catcher, and it'll be the first run of the game for the Pearland Lady Oilers as Gutierrez winds up touching them all. Got that double, and it was on her way down to third with a steal. And catcher with a nice throw to third, Yolanda Ortiz, but she overthrew the bag and went dancing down the left field line. And coming into the pay station for run number one is Sydney Gutierrez. All on Eileen Garcia's watch, who is still at the plate with a 1-0 count. Pitch coming in, connected on. That could be trouble. It's going to land right over the shortstop's head, and we'll have base hit number 2.
That'll fall for a base hit for Eileen. Now brings to the plate number 25, Brittany Sockwell.
And a single for Garcia. So a double and a single. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error. Now we've got Brittany Sotwell stepping up to the plate for the Pearland Lady O's. Sotwell will bat up for the Lady O's in the 6-0. By the way, Lady O's tonight are wearing jet black uniform, shoulder down the knee, maroon stockings, maroon numbers and lettering, and trim with white trim around the numbers and lettering. Sotwell is a fine starboard side hitter from the right-hand side of the plate. Over at first is going to be Eileen Garcia on board with that single. Her courtesy runner is running for her, by the way. Miss Walls over at first, courtesy running for Eileen Garcia. Sotwell at the plate goes into a square bunt stance, but she swings. Gets a bounce in Betty, taken by short, and she's safe. And she'll beat out a leg knock over to first. So Sotwell
first successfully. Now to the plate, number 24.
Stepped up to the right side of the plate, went into a square bunt stance, and then while she was at the plate and still in a squared position, reached back with a split-handle grip like old Ty Cobb used to use, and just reached out and bounced a little Betty into the infield and reached with a leg knock. Runners on first and second, and now the pitch coming in, connected on. There's a high rise, clocked into right field, and that's going to land and drop right in front of the right fielder. The Pearland Lady Oilers get 4 base hits in a row, a double and 3 singles. 1 has come into the pay station. And stepping up to the plate now is going to be number 12. And she's batting up in the 8th spot for the Pearland Lady Oilers. As pitch coming in out in the attic, heading down to second. She'll let her trot down for a free pass. That was a good decision made for that end, or to that end and to that purpose. At the plate is Michaela Norman, senior for the Pearland Lady Oilers. She goes into a square bunt stance right up at the top of the box. Here's the pitch. Now she's going to yank back her bat. Coming down from third, and they've got her going to a 1-2-5-2-6, and she'll be tagged out. 1-2-5-2-6, and Miss Walls will be gunned down on the base pass. Very nicely handled by the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans. 1-2-5-2-6 is the certification on that, if you will. McFadden, Ortiz, Aldoba, Childress, and Ortiz. And we have the tag out. 1-2-5-2-6. Okay, stepping up to the back up to the plate now. McKenna Norman. Connected on. There's a long rope into center field. It'll be caught for out number 3. And the Lady Oilers will bring in 1 run into the pay station. They do it on 4 hits. 2 young ladies are left on board. And pretty nice defense on the part of the Sam Rayburn Lady Texans in an inning that could have gotten very, very ugly really, really fast. So we've gone through 2 complete innings of play, and the Lady Oilers have 1 run on 4 hits. The Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans, no runs on 1 hit. Still have us a competitive softball game. And we're going to move to the top now of the 3rd inning of play, and the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans will bat up 8, 9, and 1 holes, 1, 2, 3 slots this frame. Katie McFadden, the first base lady, wearing number 18. Janelle Hernandez, the pitcher, wearing number 17. And then Vanessa Childress at the top of the order again, who grounded out the second in her first plate appearance, shortstop wearing number 10. It's 1-0 Pearland, top of the 3rd inning of play. CMC Communications Broadcasting, as we thank Dave Necestra and all the staff of Ed Necestra Jewelers over in Alvin. Ed Necestra Jewelers, proud to salute the young people of Brazoria County. We've been in business for more than almost 70 years. We were founded in 1950 by Ed Necestra. That's Dave's daddy. And Dave's carrying on a family tradition of gemological expertise and excellence. We actually go out of our way to make sure that old-fashioned techniques are used. Do you remember the old spyglass in those old movies with a jewel gemologist repairing a watch or a brooch or a grandfather clock that ticks in the background? Has one of those goggles that he wears on his eyepiece, and a special lens, and special tools that only are used by a surgeon, if you will. But that's what a gemologist is when it comes to providing the kind of care and repair for watches and brooches and jewel items. Well, that's the kind of work they do at Necestra Jewelers. Been in business for a long time, and proud to salute all of our youth on a job well done in Alvin on West Combs Street. Katie McFadden steps up to the plate now. Pitch coming in. That's going to sink south of Saskatoon for ball 1. As Katie McFadden is the first base lady, wearing number 18. Powerfully built young lady. If you put one in her wheelhouse, she's liable to drill that one back over to the high school. We're in the top of the 3rd inning of play, and we have a new pitcher for Pearland out on the mound. The stretch, the pitch, sinks south of the border, and that's going to be ball 1. 2-0 is the count, as we've got number 1 out on the mound for Pearland, Miss Becca Ann Menard. Her favorite desserts is red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting. Pitch coming in, and Maynard goes over after
Maynard makes the catch for out number 1.
Having the batter with a nice rise pitch cough up a small popcorn cream puff. She goes over and pulls it in for an F1 pop-up. Now we bring to the plate the pitcher, Janelle Hernandez. She's representing the conclusion of the first team batter round. And just like Katie McFadden, she's a powerfully built young lady. Stepping up in that right side box. Menard out on the mound for the Lady O's. Full wind-up and pitch. Going outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. And being the class act that she is, Coach Attaway Lene Clark letting another senior, at senior night, come out in this last home game of the regular season for the Lady O's. Get some pitching time. Becca Ann Maynard, a senior. Her role models are her mother, and her favorite athlete is Jackie Traina. Her favorite movie is You've Got Mail. My favorite class is calculus. Her favorite TV show is Parks and Recreation. And her favorite teacher at Pearland High School is Mr. Cogswell. Okay.
Hernandez.
Hernandez has a 2-1 count, 1 away. Maynard out on the mound for the Pearland Lady Oilers. The Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans have no runs on 1 hit through all their batting 9. This is the 9th batter. And the first team bat around swung on and missed a strike 2 and an upstairs heater. 2-2 is the count now. And on deck will be Vanessa Childress, who grounded out the second in her first plate appearance. Shortstop wearing number 10. And the Lady Texans taking on Pearland this evening. Next offering swung on and missed is going to be strike three.
Number 2 here in the top of the
Got
third.
2 away. And so for the first team battle round, 9 batters faced. The Pearland Lady Oilers have given up no runs, 1 hit.
Childress.
Vanessa Childress grounded out the second, and Katie McFadden with a pop-up to the pitcher's mound, and otherwise
Vanessa grounded out
6
her last time at
strikeouts.
bat.
So Childress bounced out on a 4-3 Big Bill chopper in her first plate appearance, stepping up to the plate. Now to face Maynard. With a pinched batting stance in the port side box. Pivot bunt stance, dragged up third base line. Whoa, that was nicely fielded by Romeo with an overhead doff over to the first base girl, who for Pearland now is going to be number 23, Shelby Barrick, playing first for Pearland. Shelby Barrick playing first.
Doubled her last time at bat.
Taking over for Sidney Gutierrez at first for a while. Shelby Barrick. Now stepping up to the plate is going to be Serena Hernandez, who doubled in her first plate appearance. Took the opening pitch and slugged it all the way to the left center wall. Pretty good going for a little 4'11" dynamo for the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans. She's got an orange bat. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Gunning it down as we've got new young ladies for the Pearland Lady Oilers that we'll doubtlessly be calling in years to come that are slowly filling in all positions. Catching right now for the Lady O's is, I'll get that number more precisely in just a moment, but it is not Eileen Garcia. Stretch and pitch coming in is going to be down low for a ball. And that first for the stepping back up into the box now, Serena Hernandez. Doubled in her first plate appearance. Here's the rock and pitch. Connected on. That's going to be pasted back foul. Going right over the press box. That's going to land in somebody's nachos and cheese. That'll be a nice ingredient. You've got a lime green softball. Plop. There it is, right in your barbecue hamburger. Oh, they've got world-class ones served up here at Pearland. Garon Fiddly DT. Here's the rock and pitch coming in, swung on. Be a little dipsy-doodle grounder foul back behind the batting circle. And 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. It's 1-0 Pearland Lady Oilers, who had 4 base hits in a row, but were not able to play any more than 1 into the pay station in the last stanza, but just a portent probably of things to come, though. 2-2. Connected on. That's a long fly ball to left. What in the world? That's a home run. 4 feet 11 inches tall, and Serena Hernandez takes a 9-iron golf swing at a low fastball, gets it in her wheelhouse, and hits a gopher bomb that's still traveling to the tennis courts here at Pearland High School. Serena Hernandez, the last little lady in this place, I would think, that could probably kill a fly with a swatter with enough power. And it's a second. She's now socked one completely out of the building. My goodness.
With 2 outs here in the top of the third. Lady Texans bring to the plate number 11, Michaela.
All right. What on earth? And actually, they bring in, that's a 2-run jack. Oh, my glory. As we had Childress at the plate, who had fanned, but she reached on a passed ball strikeout. That's the danger. That's the danger. Reached on that passed ball strikeout. Goodness gracious. So that the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans lead the Pearland Lady Oilers by the score of 2-1. Serena Hernandez. My goodness.
Strike 2 called on tag.
All right. Talk at the plate, fanned in her first plate appearance. So nothing into the count, and we have 2 away. And Talk at the plate. I tell you what, the
count on tag.
talk of the town right now with Talk at the plate is about Hernandez, the little lady that in the 2 slot that just slugged a 2-run home run. Oh, my goodness, for the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans, 4 feet 11 inches tall. Pasted at about 220 feet over the left field fence. And she had a powerful double in her first plate appearance. She's 2 for 2. Wow, a double and a home run. Okay, Michaela Talk at the plate. Deuces on the board, 2 away, 2-2 count, and a 2-1 lead for the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans. Windmill wind up, swung on and missed is going to be strike 3.
Miss for out number 3 here in the top of the third.
So the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans score 2 runs on 1 hit. And nobody is left on board, not after that bases-clearing home run jack for Serena Hernandez. And Maynard on the mound is liable to be replaced by yet another pitcher from Attaway Lene Clark's lineup and roster of fantastic moundsmen. And while we tell you more about that, we'll tell you, or think more about that and watch for those developments, we'll tell you about our sponsors, who include Amy Bowman and the staff of Tottenberry's Daycare Center in Pearland. Tottenberry's is a wonderful place for youngsters ages 5 to 15. Those are the most critical ages in a child's development, and the Bowman family, Amy Bowman and her parents, are here to supply a Christian education, hot meals prepared every day, Texas State certified. We're one of the top 5 daycare facilities in the state of Texas, and we're right here in Pearland. Tottenberry's, phone 281-997-8333. Tottenberry's, proud to salute the Lady Oilers.
Now at the plate,
good job,
number
most.
3.
Very, very, very well done. Charles Mayfield Nationwide is on your side. 281-993-7722 is a proud sponsor of all of our area young people. We welcome to the plate now Alexa Montemayor for the Pearland Lady Oilers. She's batting up in the 9 spot, and she represents the conclusion of the first team batter round for Pearland. The Lady Oilers have no runs and 4 hits, or 1 run, and 4 hits, as Gutierrez had doubled in the second inning of play and came in on a throwing error, 2-5 out to third, as she was stealing third and was able to come into the pay station and score on the overthrow at third base. Pitch coming in off the arm of Hernandez to Montemayor will be ball 1 upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. The count on deck is Lindsey Stewart, the fastest young lady in prep softball in the nation. I would almost dare say. 4.5 40-yard dash speed. Here's the 1-0. Slap hitter. Montemayor standing back deep in the box. Runs up to the top. Holds on her swing, but is going to receive strike 1 just the same. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hernandez preparing to deal on the deck from the mound. Pitch coming in. Connected on. There's an easy line drive over to right, but it's going to be a nice say-hey catch for the right fielder. Palm up in the glove, Raina Martinez. And it'll be out number 1. Take you back to the top of the batting order.
Now batting
Lindsey Stewart, who grounded out
11.
to second in her first plate appearance.
Mariah Gaitan.
And it's not going to be Lindsey Stewart batting up in the 1 spot. It will be Mariah Gaitan for the Pearland Lady Oilers. And the top of the batting order is pitch coming in. That'll be way up into the attic for a ball. The Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans are basically playing a consortium of junior varsity and freshman players now. The Pearland Lady Oilers and the Mrayburn Texans have managed to take a 2-1 lead. Full wind-up and stretch. That'll be upstairs and in near the chin for ball 2. But Coach Lene Clark knows that giving young ladies like those on the sub-varsity level, the Pearland Lady-O softball players, she's giving them the one thing that cannot be coached, and that's experience. Here's the 2-0. connected on. There's a base hit dancing down the left field line. She may head all the way to second. Oh, Gaitan will head back to first. So Gaitan with a nice opposite
Gaitan
field.
singles to left. Now batting number 8, Natalie.
Line drive
Romeo.
and a line single dancing down that left field stripe. Now we're going to bring original starter Natalie Romeo to the plate, who lined out to short in her first plate appearance. Talking about the current lineup for the Pearland Lady Oilers is like talking about the Temptations of the Drifters. We don't know who the original personnel are there, but there's usually 1 or 2 out of 5 or 6. Pitch coming in, swung on and missed, is going to be strike 1, and we've got a gun down of Gaitan, who is caught stealing second, and this time the little catcher for Sam Mrayburn, Yulana Ortiz, makes amends for that throwing error at third that brought in Gutierrez for the Pearland Lady Oilers to score that only run of the game so far for Pearland. In the bottom of the first inning of play, as man, she reaches out and guns a 2-6 strike out to shortstop Vanessa Childress, and they catch Gaitan, who is taken off the base pass. Now we've got 2 outs. And Romeo at the plate. Slugs. A ground ball caught on one hop by the first baseman, Katie McFadden. And hard to believe, but the Pearland Lady Oilers, morally speaking, 3 up, 3 down, although they collected 1 base knock. Montemayor flied out to right. Now, Gaitan did slug a single, but she was gunned down. 2-6 out to short. And then Romeo grounds out to the first base lady unassistedly. So, we've gone now through 3 complete innings of play. And if someone had bet me a Buffalo wooden nickel that the Mrayburn Lady Texans would be leading 2-1 in the 3rd inning of play after 3 complete at Pearland High School over the Lady O's, I would have thought they had smoked the Buffalo nickel before they bet it. But no dice. It actually is the case that the Lady Texans are leading the Lady O's 2-1, but nobody's particularly concerned right now. Lene basically is starting everybody but her starters as we've moved through the inning. She's got like 1 or 2 starters that are still in. And now we're going back to putting subs in. We got Romeo over at third. She's still the original starter. Out on the mound, we've got yet another young hurler for the Lady O's. And that's going to be number 26 for the Pearland Lady Oilers. And that's going to be the young lady that actually started the game, Tori Stoddard. Now she's going to be going over to San Jacinto College. I'll tell you a little about Tori Stoddard. Her favorite movie is Bridesmaids. Her favorite class is art. Her favorite TV show is Being Mary Jane. And her favorite teacher is Mrs. Jowers. Tori Stoddard. Graduating senior this year for the Pearland Lady Oilers. All right, the Lady Texans will bat up Letty Aldoba.
Letty Aldaba.
Now, she struck out in her first plate appearance. And she was one of actually 5 strikeouts in a row for Alyssa Denham at the time, but she was lifted. First pitch comes in an easy swing and a miss. Strike 1, 0-1 the count. Stoddard comes back out on the mound to get some more experience. The playoffs are coming up, but Stoddard is a graduating senior. You know, this is a poignant time of year as you go towards spring, mid-spring, and then going into late spring and May. Here's the 0-1 stretch. Swung on a miss is going to be strike 2. Because softball and baseball are it's a poignant time of year with full hearts for parents. Unlike any other high school sport, oftentimes you'll have a softball or baseball player, especially at Pearland in both cases, that'll be in the playoffs in June or in late May, long after they've even graduated high school 2 weeks before, and they may still be in the playoffs. It's a real poignant time of year when you've got transitions happening at the same time they're holding on to being high school kids, yet they've graduated, yet you're in the playoffs, state playoffs sometimes. It's a really interesting experience, I'll tell you, especially for the parents and players. Here's the 1-2, swung on and missed. Now that's strike 3.
Swing and a miss for out number
So,
1 here in the top of the 4th.
Letty Aldana strikes out. She's wearing a
Brings to the
2K
plate
collar.
number 3, Ileana Ortiz.
That's going to bring Juliana Ortiz to the plate, who struck out in her first plate appearance. Catcher wearing number 3. Kelsey Townsend on deck. Struck out in her first plate appearance. But all that in a bag of chips, and it's 2-1 Sam Mrayburn. Here's the pitch, slow it outside for a ball. The only run of the game for the Pearland Lady Oilers was in the bottom of the first inning of play when more than half the starters were still in, and that was when Sydney Gutierrez, who had doubled to second, came in after trying to steal third, and catcher over through third. She was able to come into the pay station and trot run number 1 in. Pitch coming in, connected on, ground ball sizzling past Coach Diane over there in the third base box. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Ortiz, who in her own right, and she is in fact the catcher for the Mrayburn Lady Texans, but she made up for that throwing error at third by gunning down Gaitan, who had singled for Pearland in the last frame. That was a nice effort out to second base. So, Ortiz at the plate awaits the next pitch from Stoddard, and here's the rock. Connected on. That goes right back to the mound. It could be trouble, and she's going to beat out a leg hit. Headed right back out to the mound, and it just about died near the pitcher's mound. It's at halfway cruised off of the glove of Stoddard. Landed to her right. She didn't have a good look at where it was. Shortstop came in and didn't have much of a play after that. And beating out a leg knock to first is Ortiz. That's the third base hit of the evening for the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans, and we welcome Kelsey Townsend to the plate. Townsend also fanned in her first plate appearance. So nothing in 1 is the count. Torrey started on the mound for the Pearland Lady Oilers. Getting experience. Here's the 0-1, connected on right into the infield. A drop dead bunt, throw to first just in time. But the sack.
Good play by the catcher Norman to get the second out of the top of the 4th.
Positions Yulana Ortiz out at second. And by the way,
Number 7,
Ortiz, the
Reina
catcher,
Martinez
is running for herself. So no courtesy runner for the catcher. Yolanda Ortiz out on second doing her own scampering. And now we welcome Reina Martinez to the plate, who struck out in her first plate appearance. And she made a circus catch out in right field this evening. Here's the full windup, connected on. That's pasted back foul for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 is the score. The Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans leading the Pearland Lady Oilers. There were Lady Texans. Vanessa Childress had reached on a passed ball strikeout. And then Serena Hernandez stepped up and crushed a humdinger over the left field wall. Go figure that. And that brought in 2 Texans doing the Texas two-step into the pay station. And it's 2-1 Mrayburn. Swung on and missed will be strike 2. We've got 2 away. The Lady Oilers, as we mentioned, a throwing error produced the only run of the game.
2 strikes.
As Gutierrez rounded the hot corner and came in and served up run number 1 into the pay station at the hot plate for the Lady Oilers. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be outside for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. It's always a joy and a blessing to cover games involving teams where one is heavily favored, as the Lady Oilers are, and for very, very good reason. And the Lady Texans, because the Lady Texans doing their best. Bouncer over to short, scooped up, throw over in time, 6-3.
Martinez grounds out.
And that'll retire the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans, so no runs, 1 hit, 1 young lady left on board. And we move now to the bottom of the 4th inning of play. And heavens to Murgatroyd, the Pearland Lady Oilers are down by 1, 2-1 to the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans, as we thank Georgia Pila Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Georgia Pilas, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has a mighty appealing deal just for y'all. Georgia Pilar. Every time I say your name, Georgia, I've got to say Georgia Pilar. Farm Bureau Insurance in Georgia told me the other day, Charles, keep pronouncing my name like you do because I keep getting people asking me, am I from Georgia? Georgia Peeler, phone 281-534-7635. Actually, she went to Clear Springs High School. Young lady with a nice Texas Farm Bureau Insurance providership of health, life, Texas windstorm, and especially automobile insurance and commercial property insurance, too, in Dickinson. Okay, so the Lady O's will bat up now the 3, 4, and 5 spots this frame. It'll be Madeline Clemens, Sydney Gutierrez, and Eileen Garcia. We're expecting to see almost anybody else but those bat up in this frame. As Coach Attaway Lene Clark has already come down the line to hand all of her new additions and replacements.
Now batting here in the bottom of the fourth, number 4, Maddie Clements.
We will have original starters. Madeline Clements batting up in the 3 spot for the Pearland Lady Oilers. Now, she struck out in her first plate appearance. As we mentioned, talking about the Lady Oilers tonight in these innings is kind of like discussing who the current members of Earth, Wind, and Fire might be. We've got replacements here and there. We might have one original. And they're being replaced all the time, but there's always 1 or 2 keystones that are in there. And that's the case with the Lady O's, but Madeline Clemens started the game, and she's going to bat up in the 3 spot. Struck out in her first plate appearance. Right now, the Sam Mrayburn Lady Texans lead 2-1 over the Pearland Lady Oilers. It'll be Clemens, Gutierrez, and Garcia. Now, that's assuming that they bat that way this time. One thing is for sure, we really thought, and I thought, that there would be a pretty good chance of rain tonight. Coach Attaway Lene Clark, rounding second on a tractor before this game, told me there will be no rain tonight, Charles. Pitch coming in, low and outside for a ball.
Oh, 1 outside.
Always listen to a coach rounding second on a tractor. They know the weather. Perhaps